Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's reading, we're answering the question, how does the person on your mind feel about you and when will you see them again? And we might be getting some extra oracles to get some channeled messages as well. So for this reading, we have 3 different piles to choose from. And I'm going to show you the crystals up close to help you with the selection of your pile. So let's take a look at pile number 1 with the pyrite crystal. And we're going to hope that my camera focus a little bit better. There you go. So that's pyrite for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the clear aura quartz. There you go. Ooh. Again, it's getting a little blurry sometimes, but it's really a beautiful, beautiful crystal. There you go. And for pile number 3, we have the Brazilian red quartz. And to me, it looks a little orangey, but it's called red quartz, so that's what we're gonna take. So there you go. Now it's time for you to pick the pile you feel most drawn to, and let's get into this reading, shall we? Hello, my lovely pile number 1. If you picked the beautiful pyrite crystal, this is going to be your reading on how your person feels about you. And we're gonna start out with an energy check, and we're gonna do that in a person A versus person B kind of way. So you might feel like you're person A or person B, but keep in mind that this is already going to be in their perspective. So let's take a look at person A with these oracle cards. So the first card we have is the golden egg. We have the 2 of cups. We have prayer, and it reads as followed. What do you need to communicate to the universe? What are you inspired to put into words and expression right now? What are your hopes, dreams, and wishes? And the last card we have for person A is hardness, with this Capricorn ram kind of animal. So those are the cards for person A. Now let's take a look at person B. For person B, we have the frog. We have fire. We have repression. Let me readjust that. What is being pushed down? What are you refusing to feel, to experience, and to process right now? What are you resisting to acknowledge? And the last card we have for person B is the 9 of Cups. So those are the energies represented by you and your person from their perspective. Now let's take a look at the connection. We have 2 cards for the connection as well. Again, it's from their perspective, so keep that in mind. We have flow. And we have berusten. This is a Dutch word. It means like just surrendering to the situation and accepting whatever happens. And I think I need to zoom out a little bit because you cannot see all the cards. So let me just readjust a little. That's better, right? There we go. So I want to start out with person A. And with person A being the golden egg. The golden egg represents the heart chakra. So this person is going to be in the heart chakra energy. They might be focusing on healing any wounds connected to the heart chakra, and they are getting in touch to their soul, because the soul resides within your heart chakra. And the heart chakra is also all about love. So I think it's very cool that we also see the Two of Cups here, because the Two of Cups is also about love and about unified love, about attraction, about connections, about relationships. So I feel like this person might be healing relationships or healing from relationships, or they are inviting in new relationships, but these relationships this time around are really connected to their soul. They make their soul sing. They make them very happy. We also see these two roses, and usually roses contain thorns, but in these roses, there are actually no thorns visible. So I feel like with this card being here, this person is actually getting in touch with people that are actually good for them, that are actually healing their past struggles, that are just like great friends to have around, or real caring connections that are in their lives. Now let's talk about this hardness card. So the hardness card is actually talking about the need to have thick skin, or maybe even having strong emotional defenses. So it's like you being able to handle anything, to tackle anything, to actually handle rough words coming your way. I feel like for most people, you're actually gonna be this golden egg, and your person's actually gonna see you as this golden egg. Especially because this does look like a very healed energy. And I think with the hardness here, that it mostly indicates that you used to have a very thick skin. You might have had a closed off heart, but you've worked through that. And now you don't need to have that much of a thick skin anymore, because you're in connection to your soul. You're in connection to your heart. You're on the right path. And other people's words don't hurt as much anymore, because you know your truth. And you're connected to yourself. You know that these things are meant for you. You know that you're walking the right path. You know that the things that you wear are actually things that you love. And it doesn't matter if other people don't like it, because you love it yourself. We also have prayer with what do you need to communicate to the universe, and what are you inspired to put into words and expression right now? What are your hopes, dreams, and wishes? I feel like this golden egg person is really getting in touch with their dreams. They are in touch with their soul, and their soul is really guiding them. And I think that they're asking the universe for assistance. And I think that maybe these Two of Cups might actually be the connection that they have to spirit, that they are actually working with spirit in creating their own destiny, or into creating their own soul purpose, life path. And I think that things are actually looking up for them, that they are actually like stepping up, improving. They're like on the top of the mountain, looking over all the things that they've went through, and it's actually going pretty well. So when it comes to zodiacs, I haven't even talked about that. We have the golden egg that's connected to the heart chakra, and we're not really seeing any specific zodiacs here. But the Two of Cups, of course, is a card that's about water. So we can see the water signs here. We can see Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And with this hardness card, we definitely get a big Capricorn vibe. But we can also see some Taurus and Virgo being here. I definitely get the energy of someone that, like I said, they have thick skin. They can handle some comments from other people pretty well, and they just stick to what they believe in. They just stick to what they know, and they won't get bothered by other people as much. So that's the energy for the golden egg that I'm seeing so far. Let's take a look at the other side and take a look at the frog. So the frog, again, is an amphibian, so it's connected to water. So we even see like water energy here as well, like Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And we also have the Nine of Cups, so even more water represented here. Of course, these zodiac signs might just be some more confirmation. You definitely don't have to have any of these zodiacs, or they might be your moon sign, or they might be just an energy that's very active in your chart right now. So take that as it resonates. Now for the frog, we also have fire. So this person might be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or those energies are just very active in their chart right now. But the frog is all about healing, about clearing, about cleansing. So I feel like this person is in a deep period of healing right now. And because we have the Nine of Cups, it might seem like this person has everything they've ever wished for, that they have everything they can dream of, they're very content, that they're just living their best life, really. But we have repression. And repression talks about like trying to bottle up some emotions, not wanting to feel these emotions, pushing them away. And this energy comes back in the fire card as well, because the fire card also talks about moving forward, just trying to push yourself to move forward, and at the same time trying to ignore the emotions that came with the situation that you're moving away from. So it's like this frog person might be running away from a certain situation, and they're just trying to keep on moving, taking leaps forward to get away from a situation without really wanting to deal with it. So this person should be healing, or they are trying to heal, but I think that their method of healing is like running away from it. So that's the energy that we're seeing here. Like I said, I feel like most of you are gonna be the golden egg person, and your person might be the frog person. For some people, it might be flip-flopped, and for others, you might see aspects of both of these people in yourself. But just keep in mind that that's just another confirmation that you're in the right pile. This is just the energy check. Now, the energy between the two of you, we have flow. So I feel like there is a natural flow in your connection, and that you're finally attuning to that. Maybe because we definitely see that this frog might be running away from this connection. We can see that this frog is like moving the other way. You can see he's looking at the other side. But this golden egg person is perfectly golden and perfectly sitting still in their nest. It's not running away, it's not chasing. It's just sitting there, like a shiny object waiting for something to find it. And I think that that's a great energy to be in. So I feel like if you're the golden egg person, you're doing the best that you can. And I think that the frog is in a phase of running away from you. But by sitting still, being true to who you are, connecting with people that truly care about you, and just trusting whatever the divine has for you and working with them, I think that this frog might be more inclined to stop running and to really feel like, oh, there is no need to be scared. There is no need to run away from this situation anymore. It's time to start feeling. Because frogs need water. So however far they get away from the pond, in the long run, they need to get back to the pond, because they need that water. They need that cleansing, that healing. And that's what we're seeing here. It's like they're running away from the pond, like very fast, but then they realize, oh shit, I actually really need some water. So I need to return anyway. And they might not realize that yet, but I do think that they're getting to a point that they're starting to realize, like, oh no, I have to get back. I have to get in touch with this aspect of myself because I'm losing myself by running away. And the fire as well, like that fire energy is very strong. And we talked about the fire, like that aspect of, what's it called? Like needing to be in action, impatience, trying to push away emotions. And fire can be a very positive thing. It can be a very inspiring thing. But if the fire gets overboard, you burn yourself. And I think that that's the energy that they're in right now. Like they felt the need to do something. They felt the need to take action, but they went overboard. They ran too far. And maybe that they have the feeling that it's a little bit too late now, or that they are so far away that it's a long way home. But then again, they will need to start feeling these emotions. And I think that this Nine of Cups energy is maybe the energy that they want to present themselves as. They want to show off to other people that they're really okay, that they're getting everything they wished for. But at the same time, they're ignoring certain emotions that they're running away from. And I think that they only feel good about specific things in their lives, and that's what they're focusing on at this time. For the golden egg person, I think that this person is really connected to love, to self-love, maybe even just connecting to themselves, romanticizing their life. Like we said with the golden egg, they're sitting in this nest perfectly still, being all shiny and pretty. And I think that this energy is really the energy that's going to attract new people, that's going to attract new opportunities. And it's a very feminine energy to be in. And this is more of a masculine energy to be in. So maybe that's more of a significance as well as to if you're the golden egg person or the frog person. But we see in the middle like the flow and the acceptance. It's very important to accept this situation for what it is and to trust that life has its way and it'll come regardless. However much you worry about it, however much you stress about it, it's not going to change. There is a flow to life. Sometimes you get together, you get closer. Sometimes you naturally move away from each other a little bit. But trust that if this is destined to happen, you will be getting back together. Like we said, the frog needs to return to the pond eventually, right? So that's the energy check that we did. Now it's time to get into more information about how the person on your mind feels about you. So let me remove these cards and let's take a look. Okay, so I want to do 3 different questions. We're going to take a look at how they feel about what happened between the two of you in the past. Then we're going to take the energy of the connection right now. How do they feel about you right now? And then we're going to look at how they want your future to be, or what they want for this connection in the future. Like, what are their hopes for this connection? So let's start out with how do they feel about what has happened in the past. We have the Starseed. Let's see about your current energy. So how are they feeling about you right now? So Spirit, yeah, okay. We have the Nine of Swords. And what are their hopes and dreams for the future when it comes to this connection? So what do they hope will happen with this connection? Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Now it's time to get some oracle cards to clarify these messages. We are gonna use this deck, so let's take a look. So can we get a clarifier for the Starseed, please? Thank you. And the card you guys got is Wound. And it says, how have you been hurt in the past? What is the wound that you still carry? Which part of you still suffers? What needs to be healed? Then for the Nine of Swords, can we get a clarifier for the Nine of Swords, please? So the current energy of the connection, how are they feeling towards pile number 1 right now? Okay, it fell on the floor. I'm gonna grab it. Be right back. Okay, I've got it. We have persona. Let me readjust the camera. I'm having a hard time doing that. There we go. And it says how you choose to present yourself in different scenarios, personality traits that you project or emphasize, and the roles you adopt. The roles you adopt. And the last one, the Page of Swords. Let's see. A clarifier for this Page of Swords, please. So what do they hope for the future? We have connection, relationship, and love. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful card to see when it comes to your future, right? So I really love this energy, especially the future energy. But we're going to start with the energy about your past. And we have the Starseed and we have Wound. So let's talk about that a little bit first. So the Starseed is in this deck the same as the Magician. But I feel like that's how they see you or how they saw you in the past, or that's just the view that they have about you in general. I think that they see your light. They see your beauty. I think that they were a little bit intimidated by you, like you were like a dream come true to them. You were someone that could do anything, maybe really uplifted them as well. Maybe even made them feel like they were a little bit weaker, especially with Wound being here. In the past, you really, really triggered them. You triggered very deep core wounds. And I think that might be the reason why this frog is really running away from this situation. But the Starseed is like the person that can manifest very well, that they have their life together. They have everything on the tip of their hands. That's the kind of energy that we're seeing when it comes to the past of your relationship or your connection. And I think that maybe you made them feel like that manifester as well. You made them feel amazing. But with Wound being here, it also made them very scared or think about certain aspects that they had that they didn't really like. It's like you emphasized things that they were insecure about. Maybe you were very good at things that they sucked at, and they got really, really insecure. Or maybe with the Starseed being here, you were able to attract many suitors, and they were insecure about if they could even compete with them. It could be anything else, like maybe you are very good at your job, and their job's not really great, or they're not really doing very well when it comes to their career. That made them insecure. But there is something that you have that they, in their own eyes, lack. And they are very insecure about that. And I think that that's the main reason that they thought that this connection couldn't last at that time, or that they needed to have some distance from you, because I must mention that right before I started this part of the reading, my heart was racing. It was pacing. I don't know what was going on. I felt like I was running a mile and I was just sitting down doing nothing. So it might be that you really, really scared them, or something within them got really, really scared. Maybe you helped them see their own potential with the Starseed. And they're afraid of that because they still have a lot of limiting beliefs. And you seeing their potential, it actually encourages them to want more, but they don't know how. That's the energy that we're seeing here. So that's the energy that maybe the last time you saw them, or the last time that you spent a lot of time with them, anything like that. That's the energy that they were in at the time. Now let's take a look at the current energy. So we have the Nine of Swords and we have persona. And what I feel with these cards is that they're very overwhelmed. The Nine of Swords is a card of depression, feeling very bad, like maybe even too tired to get out of bed. Everything just feels difficult. Maybe they feel like they're being attacked. But it's a very harsh energy. And I'm not sure if this is their own energy in general at this time, or it's the energy towards this connection. If it is the energy towards you at this time, it just looks like they have like a huge wall built up. Like we have this huge wall of swords. Like, I think that it might actually have to do with not wanting to communicate at this time, or not being able to communicate. Maybe just a lot of thoughts that are overwhelming. And with persona being here, I think that their ego is huge at this time. They are really trying to show off as someone that has it all together, that's not scared, that's fully healed, that knows what they're doing. But at the same time, with the Nine of Swords, that's definitely not the case. And as we saw in the energy check, it really looked like they need a lot of healing. They need a lot of work. And they're running away from that. So whatever you see from this person, maybe on social media or what they tell you, don't believe everything they say, or don't believe everything they portray, because they're actually having quite a hard time, and they're just maybe using fancy clothes or a fancy car or partying with their friends on social media like a way to seem to be going, like what's it called? Like, they're trying to show off. They're trying to show that they're doing really well. But in the meantime, they're not really doing well. And they really need to work on themselves, or they really need to just sit down with themselves and figure things out. That's the energy that I'm seeing here. And I think that we said that we're going to look at how they feel about you. But I think with these cards being here, it's like their ego at this time is getting in the way of their feelings towards you, because they're just too afraid to look at them. They're still too hurt to take a look at those feelings. And their mind is really just keeping them prisoner. And I think they're not really open to their heart right now. I think that they're only open to physical things, to quick fixes, to stuff like that. Just anything that will inflate their ego. That's the thing that they're going to look at this time. And of course, that energy is not gonna last. Like we said, the frog needs to get back to the pond. They need to heal to feel better. And if they don't do that, they will dry out, right? So I think that they are still in the phase of running away, but I think it's getting to a part that it's too hard for them. And sooner or later, it'll catch up to them, because we have the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is the last card of the sword. So they're almost at that phase, like they cannot handle it any longer and something needs to change. But we have the Nine of Swords, so they're not there yet, but they're getting there. They're getting to a point that it's too hard to handle. Their thoughts might be getting too overwhelming, or their wounds are really going to show up, and they cannot sustain this persona any longer. But what I do like, and I think you might like that too, is their hopes and dreams for the future of this connection. Because we have the Page of Swords, and we have connection, relationship, and love. So what I'm seeing here with the Page of Swords is like they want to communicate with you. So I think that with this being their energy towards you, I feel like they want to reach out to you. The Page of Swords is about communication. It might be through social media. It might be a text message. It might be literally them talking to you, or you hearing from them through a friend. We do see multiple people on this card, so it might be that you hear about them through other people. I do think you need to be careful about what you hear from other people, because it might not always be fully truthful. But what I see is that they will communicate with you. There will be communication from them towards you. And I think that if they would tune into their heart, they would realize that all they really want is this deeper connection, this connection that's it's an amazing connection. It's full of love, and I think that your connection is very heartfelt, and I think that's something they're so scared of that they felt the need to run away. But when stick comes to shove, I think that's the expression, they want that connection. They want to feel what they felt at that time. And I think that they will do this healing work when they're ready, because this love is so strong. The magnetism towards you is so strong that they will have to deal with these issues that they're still working through. And like I said, communication will be coming in. I think that you just have to trust that it's coming. You have to let them come to you. Like we said with the golden egg, like you just have to be patient, sit there, be pretty, do what you love, maybe connect to other people that you love, create strong friendships, maybe bond with family members. But it's not like you have to wait around. I think that you just have to focus on you, do what you love, and let this person see what of a great person you are, because you truly are. And this person will realize, like, ooh, I messed up. Ooh, I'm losing her. I'm hearing her, but you might not see yourself as a her. That's okay. It's just like, I want to get back to this person. I really miss them. Look at what a great life they have. And I think that they might also be fantasizing about the life that they'd have with you if they were with you right now. So I think that in their deepest of hearts, they really want to be in a connection with you, and they really want to get back with you. Of course, this is the future energy, or what their hopes and dreams are. So it might not be what they will be doing immediately, but that is something that's still in their heart. So however long it might take to get from this Nine of Swords to the Page of Swords, just know that there is a very deep love within them for you, but at this time they're just not really open to it, as it shows in the card right now. It might be different for some of you, or you might feel it differently. Trust your intuition on that. You will know the right answers better than I do. And of course, it's a general reading, so it won't be the same for everybody. But just the card connection, relationship, and love is so strong right here. My eye just keeps on going to this card. I think that might be something that you want to hold on to, and just like keep in your heart. Know that they love you, and know that they really care about you, but at the same time that they're just not ready yet. And that has nothing to do with you, and it has all to do with themselves, with their wounds, with their triggers, and they need to overcome that, because otherwise, if they'd get back with you right now, you would still trigger those wounds, and the same thing will happen over and over again. So don't try to force them, because it'll just be a repeating loop, and they will keep on running away from this situation because they're just not ready to handle this kind of deep connection at this time. So that's it for your tarot and oracle cards. Now I want to take a look at when you will see them again. So keep in mind that there are a lot of people watching. You don't have to take all of these dates, but they might be significant. You might want to write them down in a notebook, or maybe put them in your calendar to have a little bit of a reminder to keep an eye out for them, or just see if what I'm saying is true. I mean, I would do that and be like, highly doubtful, but we'll see, right? Stay optimistic. So let's take a look at your numbers. There we go. So the first number we have is the number 42. So the 2nd of April or the 4th of February. And I'm sorry, my camera is having issues focusing. There we go. Or the age 42 might be significant. Maybe in 42 days might be significant. Take it as it resonates. Let's see what else we get. We also have the number 64, so the 4th of June or the 6th of April. So we already have the 2nd until the 6th of April being significant. These might also be birthdays. Maybe 1964 is significant. Yeah, so be creative with these, especially because there are a lot of people watching. We also have, the number 46. So again, the 4th of June and the 6th of April. And what I think is really cool is that these two are mirrored. Usually mirroring indicates that there might be a twin flame connection going on, or like that your energies are mirroring each other, that you have a lot of similar aspects. So that might be another message that we're seeing here. So you might see yourself in both the frog and the golden egg as well. That's totally normal. Next up, we have the number 16. So maybe in 16 days, or the 1st of June or the 6th of January. So now we have the 1st until the 4th of June being significant. And then we also have the number 32. So maybe 32 days, maybe 32 years old, the 2nd of March or the 3rd of February. And I think we had the 4th of February as well. So the 3rd and the 4th of February might be significant. We are also seeing a 10-year age gap, possibly a 30-year age gap for some, but I think that will be a few of you, not that many people. I kind of want 2 more dates, so let's take a look. Next up, we have the number 26. So we have 16, 26, and 46. So there might be some age gaps here. We can also see this being the 6th of February or the 2nd of June. So we have a lot of messages about the beginning of June. And we also have a lot of messages about the beginning of February. So I'd say the first week of June and the first week of February might be significant. And the last number we have is the number 71. So the 1st of July or the 7th of January might be significant. Like I said, play around with these numbers a little bit. Maybe even the letters might be important. But as you all know, bingo only has 5 letters, so take that as it resonates. To end of this reading, I'm gonna get you guys a oracle card, and then we're getting into some channeled messages. So keep in mind that this oracle card deck is Dutch. My boyfriend gave it to me at the beginning of our relationship, and he was really trying to make an effort to accept my tarot reading, and I thought it was very nice. So although the cards are in Dutch, I really want to thank him for actually giving me a card, like giving me cards. And the cards you guys got is this beautiful card with the number 41. And I think we already had a 41. No, we didn't. We had the number 42. So 41 might also be significant. The 1st of May. What's the 4th month? April. The 1st of April or the 4th of January. And the card says, do something for someone else. Give someone your attention. So I think that they are trying to make a move towards you. Like they are trying to give you some of their attention, or they are trying to share their attention with other people. I feel like at this time they might be very self-serving and self-focused, like I said. But I think that they're trying to get past that and are starting to connect more with other people and maybe even connect more with nature. If it is what this card says, right? I kind of want one more, so we're going to get one more of this deck, and then we're going to get into some channeled messages. So, Spirit, what else do you have for pile number 1? Okay, so a lot of cards popped on the floor. I'm not going to take all of them. Let's see. So, the card that came out solitarily is the one I'm going to take. And it is the number 23. And I think we had the number 32. So again, mirroring being shown here. And the 2nd of March and the 3rd of February being highlighted. And it says, give love a chance. And it says, like, love others and see your life change. So I think that for the golden egg person especially, like, be open to love, be open to new connections, especially with that 2 of Cups that we saw in the beginning. It's okay to give love another chance. It's okay to stop pining after somebody if they're really not showing any interest. It doesn't mean that you don't care about them anymore. It just indicates that it's time for you to move forward. We can also see that with this card here. Like, these people remind me of the 8 of Cups. Like, moving away from a difficult situation, just going with the flow, going with the water, and see where it leads you. Because I think that there are bright things in your future. And yeah, I mean, I lost my train of thought again. But I think that it is good for you to divide your attention. You don't have to stay focused on this person that's still healing. Like we said, it looks like this person is going to come back around when they're ready. But it doesn't mean that you have to sit and wait for them. It's okay to enjoy your life in the meantime. You shouldn't be really secluding yourself from new connections or from new opportunities or having fun. You are missing out on a lot of things by really staying focused on this person or this connection. There are so many more people on this earth that want to have a connection with you. It could be like a friendship. It doesn't have to be romantic with other people as well. Just be honest with the people about what your expectations are, and you will be able to really connect with anybody and have a beautiful experience. So that's it for these oracle cards. Now I want to get into these channeled messages. So let's see what pops up. Okay, we already have 3 cards. I'm just going to take them all. Just take what resonates for you. The first one is, I am trying to prioritize myself. So yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put themselves first at this time. I already said, I feel like they're some kind of a mood that they're only looking at themselves at this time and not really taking into account other people's feelings. And I'm not trying to be harsh. We also have your parents scare me. So they might be a little bit intimidated by your family. Maybe your family is a little bit more well off than their family is, or they seem like the perfect family, or there might be something that has to do with your family specifically that kind of scares them. Yeah, we have, I am working on myself. So they're trying to work on themselves. They're trying to put themselves first. And I think we can see that twice. Like, I'm trying to prioritize myself and I'm working on myself. It's like literally the same message coming through. Next up, we have, you are so kind to me. So I think that they do see that although you are hurt, that you still have compassion for them. And I think that that's something that they will never forget and that they keep close to their heart, because they do still love you, they do still care about you, but it's like they just cannot be with you right now. And although they really like that you're so kind to them, I think that they don't want to promise you anything, because that also scares them. Let's see what else we get. So Spirit, can we get more messages from the person on pile number 1's mind, please? Anything else? Okay. So a lot of cards flopped out again, so I think that we're gonna keep it at that, but I'm gonna take them all. The first one we have is no. I think that that's more of a message like not now. I cannot give you anything at this time. I have to prioritize myself. I have to focus on myself right now. I cannot be just friends right now. I cannot just try and leave it somehow and see where it takes us. I need my own mental energy. I need my own energy to work on myself, or I feel like I cannot move forward until I've worked on myself. We also have you are in my dreams, so they are definitely dreaming about you or dreaming about a future with you. There might be some communication coming in through your dreams, so maybe write your dreams down in a journal, or keep a journal next to your bed and write it down every time you wake up. It might help you remember your dreams. We also have I am too scared to reach out. So we already saw that they kind of want to reach out in the future, but we can now see that they're just at this moment, they're too scared, they're too anxious, they're too overwhelmed, like we saw with that 9 of Swords in their current energy. They just cannot do it right now. And the last one we have is I have questions. So I think that they are curious about you. They want to know everything about you. They want to know about how your life's going. And that's maybe one of the biggest reasons why they want to reach out, because they want to know what you're up to. But at the same time, being in contact with you is so extremely scary, because it forces them to look at themselves and forces to look at their own feelings and about the things that they don't like about themselves and their insecurities, that they just cannot make themselves connect with you because it's just too overwhelming. It's just too much. But at the same time, they're very curious to know what you're up to. And I think that they're also very curious about the fact that you might be dating some other people, or if you're talking to specific people or anything like that. That's the energy that I'm getting. By the way, that might not be for everybody. Again, take that as it resonates. I'm just reading the overall energy of everybody watching. But yeah, they're curious about you. They really are. So that brings me to the end of the reading. And I hope you guys liked it. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out. You can also subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new upload. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. If you chose this clear aura quartz, this is going to be your reading on how the person on your mind feels about you and when you will see them again. So we are going to start out with an energy check, and we're going to do that in a person A and person B type of way. So you might feel like you're person A, or you might feel like you're person B. It might be that you see yourself in both of the energies, but that's just an indication of mirroring, and you will probably be in the right pile. But let's take a look at the energies now. So we're going to start out with person A, and we have a few oracle cards, so let's take a look at what they are. We're starting out with the black egg, and I hope my camera's focused. There you go. The black egg. And I must notice that your pile really has trouble with focusing, or at least my camera is having big issues with focusing in this pile specifically. I had to retake the introduction like 10 times just to focus on your crystal. So there might be someone that has issues with focusing on something that's important, or someone keeps on getting distracted. It might be you, it might be your person, but someone's distracted. But yeah, let's continue with the reading. We also have the Nine of Swords. We have academia, learning, and education. Again, having issues focusing, but that's okay. And the last card for person A is concerns. Concerns. Someone's stabbing themselves in the hand. So that's the energy for person A. Let's take a look at person B. For person B, we have the tarantula. There you go, the tarantula. We have the Three of Cups. We have shame, and the shame card says, what do you dislike and reject within yourself? What makes you feel unworthy, unwanted, and unloved? What is causing you to judge yourself as bad and unredeemable? What burdens do you carry in your soul? And the last card we have for person B is journeys. And we see some portals here in the hand. So we're going to talk about that soon because it is quite interesting. Now let's take a look at the energy between the two of you. So the first card we have is the Seven of Pentacles with awaiting results. And we also have this card, and it says dwangmatigheid, and this is Dutch for compulsion. So there is some kind of compulsion, and we can see that this heart is contained by something. So we're gonna talk about that too. So I'm gonna recharge my battery. It's like at the point that it's gonna die. So I'll be right back with a fully charged camera and ready to go. Okay, so let's start talking about person A, because this person is pretty special. Usually we have the zodiacs represented in their animal card, but this card specifically, the black egg, has nothing to do with zodiacs. Once again, I've had this in previous readings before, and I think it's always quite special. It has to do with the throat chakra. So instead of a zodiac being represented here, we see something else. We can see the throat chakra being essential. And the throat chakra is all about speaking your truth, or about talking, about communication. So we can see that this person is someone that's good at communication, that's good at talking. They might be a writer, they might be a musician or a teacher, but this person really is skilled when it comes to delivering information and sharing information. And what's pretty cool about this is that we actually have academia, learning, and education. So it might be that this black egg person is actually a teacher themselves, or they are studying for becoming a teacher, or maybe a psychologist or something like that, I'm hearing. Or maybe an actor of some sorts, but we can definitely see that same element being represented here, that the throat chakra is very much necessary for their life purpose, or a part of their life purpose. So if you are someone that feels drawn to become a teacher, a public speaker, maybe even a YouTuber, whatever it is that encompasses speaking for other people, you are probably the black egg person. And I think that that's a big aspect of who you are and who you are supposed to be. Now, we also have the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is a card that talks about anxiety, about fear, about stress, about overwhelm. And we can see like a lot of scary imagery in this card as well. So if you are still studying for something, it might be that you're overwhelmed with your courses. If you are a teacher, you might be feeling insecure about your skills to deliver the messages. But there is a big sense of overwhelm, insecurity coming through in this particular pile, or in this specific person. As you're noticing, or maybe you're not, but I am actually having trouble with my words right now, and I usually don't have that as much. And it kind of confuses me because you guys have that throat chakra. So it might be that your throat chakra is such a big part of your life's path, but there might be a blockage there. There might be something going on when it comes to your communication. And the 9 of Swords actually is the card that's associated with air that also talks about communication. So this black egg person might be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, but they might also just have a lot of their aspects. But we see a lot about communication, about the throat chakra, and about, like delivering messages, delivering things to other people, delivering the truth. But we see a lot of overwhelm, and we also have concerns. So someone's really worried, maybe insecure about their skills, like I said, or I'm not sure, but they're really stressed out. Maybe they feel like they cannot do it, or that they're not good enough. We can see a lot of insecurity here, although there is, I feel such a big energy coming from this person. I don't understand, if I feel the energy, why they would be insecure. But of course, I'm just feeling your energy, or the energy of this person. So if you are this person, please don't feel overwhelmed or worried about your skills and talents. I feel like you are still growing into your skills and talents. And you will be doing so well. You'll be doing amazing at this particular thing. But again, it's still a process. You cannot be the number one when you start. It's all a process of growing and maturation. So you will get there. And it looks like you're stabbing yourself in the hand by worrying that much. Or you're only hurting yourself by like really criticizing yourself, because you are so talented and you were meant to do this thing that you're working on. Nothing will be able to hold you back. You just have to learn some lessons, or you just have to get over some specific hurdles. If this is your person, they might be meant to be a teacher or a mentor or a public speaker or an actor, but they're really worried about their skills. I think that's the main energy of this person at this time. So that's it for person A. Let's talk about person B, because this is very interesting. The tarantula is associated with the fire signs. So this person might be a Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But the tarantula talks about a major life decision. It's like they were just doing their thing, and they're trying to ignore a certain calling. Every time this calling comes to them and they feel like, oh, I have to do this. But they're ignoring it, and they're just trying to continue whatever they were doing before. But at a certain time, they cannot ignore it any longer, and they will have to go on this journey, or they have to follow this calling. And how cool is it that we actually have the Journeys card right here, with these different portals, these 2 different options that they can choose from. And Spirit is really focusing on the message that they will know, or you will know, what decision is best for you. What I do see with the 3 of Cups being here is that there might be some friends that are sharing their opinions about this situation or about this decision that might not be helpful, or that might kind of cloud your vision or cloud their vision. I think that the tarantula is smart enough, passionate enough to follow their own heart, to follow their own soul, to follow their own dream. But we do see that they kind of rely on other people to validate what they're feeling or to validate their decisions. With shame being here, it might be that they kind of reject this new journey that they are supposed to go on because of shame, because there is an aspect within them that they don't really want to look at, and that thing is actually the thing that's going to make them great, that's actually taking them on this journey. I think that they might be called to go on a journey to go deeper within. This journey might not have to be with an outside journey. It might just be on an adventure of going within, discovering themselves, really figuring out who they are. But at the time, I think with the Three of Cups being here, they'd rather just hang out with friends than really look at themselves. But this aspect, it keeps on calling them. So however far or however long they want to ignore this journey, there will come a time that they will have to say yes to the journey, and they will have to go within, or they will have to go on a literal journey. And I think that for now, they'll still have the option to go on this journey. They don't have to go. But there will be a time, if they wait long enough, that spirit is going to force them to go on this journey. And their outer circumstances will actually force them to do this work, because it is part of what they're supposed to do. And they cannot deny that for forever. So those are the messages that I'm seeing here, whether you are person A or person B. If you feel like you are one of these two, you are definitely in the right pile. I do see some aspect of mirroring already when it comes to looking at yourself, looking at your intrusive thoughts, and about like really being true, or just seeing the truth in who you are. Because this black egg person is, like we said, really worried about their skills, but they don't see how great they are. While the tarantula is so scared of certain aspects of themselves that they are just not even looking at themselves at all. They just want to have fun. They just want to have a good time. Now, the energy between you and the person on your mind is awaiting results and compulsion. So what I'm seeing here is that the seeds are planted. Like, there is a great opportunity here to grow something stable, especially because it's the Seven of Pentacles. Like, something great can grow from this. And you're both still waiting, or you're both hesitant to act on this connection. And the reason why is that you both are kind of blocked off. You both have your heart caged. Probably because of fear or shame, especially because we have that shame card. Or maybe you're just too busy and you feel like you don't have the time to have this person in your life. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like this black egg person is very focused on their studying or on their career, and they feel like if anything else would add to it, it would like be too much. Like we said with the Nine of Swords, they're already overwhelmed, and it would be too much to have a relationship or this connection enter their life. And on the other side, the tarantula is so busy with just enjoying themselves, not looking at themselves, just having fun, that if they'd have this other person in their life, it's like they'd have to look at themselves, because a connection like this really forces you to look at yourself, be honest with yourself, and work together. Because the Seven of Pentacles also is about like making this work together. And I think that the tarantula person really isn't up for that at this moment. I think that they like to be free and they like to enjoy themselves and do whatever they like to do. without having to look in the mirror. That's the kind of energy that I'm seeing with the tarantula. So those are the energies that we're seeing right now. Now I want to take a look at how they feel about you and how they felt about you in the past and what they want for your future. So let me remove these cards and let's take a look at how they feel about you. So before we continue, I wanted to mention that the black egg has more of a feminine energy to it, and the tarantula has more of a masculine energy to it. Of course, that doesn't mean that these are a male and a female, but these are the energies that are represented right here. So if you feel like you are one more than the other, maybe that is the energy that you're predominantly in right now. It might be significant, so that's why I wanted to mention it. Now let's take a look at how your person feels about what happened with you in the past. So Spirit, can we get a card to get information on how they feel about person on their mind in the past? Or what am I saying? I meant, what do they feel about the person watching, right? We have the King of Crystals. Now let's take a look at the current energy. So how are they feeling about them right now? Like I said, there is something going on with the throat chakra. I feel like you might have a blocked throat chakra, or your person has a blocked throat chakra, but someone has issues speaking their truth or just speaking in general. You might have the flu or something. Whatever it is, I can feel it. Okay, so let's see. How are they feeling about pile number 2 at this moment? So what's the energy right now? Okay, we have the World. The World. And what do they want for the future? So what are their hopes and dreams for the future when it comes to pile 2? And my dogs are starting to play in the background. I hope they're not gonna be too loud. They usually do that when I'm at pile 2. With pile 1, they're calm and sleeping, but now they're just going crazy. So we have the 3 of Cups. Now it's time to get some clarifiers. So we're gonna start with a clarifier for the King of Crystals. Spirit, can we get a clarifier for the King of Crystals, please? So the past energy. A clarifier for the King of Crystals. We have Universe. Then a clarifier for the World card, please. Okay, thank you. We have Wholeness. I think we need to move them up a little bit. We have Wholeness, and now a clarifier for the Queen, the 3 of Cups. I almost said the Queen of Cups, so we are gonna keep that in mind when we get to this part of the reading. We have Selfhood, Introspection, and Identity. Okay, so let's talk about these energies now. We have the King of Crystals and the Universe for the past energy. So I think with the King of Crystals, we can see that they see you as someone that's very stable, that's very grounded, that's very mature. They know what they want. They have everything together. They are quite financially stable. And with the Universe being here, it kind of looks like they realize that Spirit has put you guys together for a reason. I think that they see some kind of, what's it called? It's like the Universe has put you guys together for a reason. There is a reason behind you guys meeting. Maybe there is something that you need to be doing in the future, or that you were supposed to build. But they can see that there is divine timing at play, or the divine destiny something of that kind is at play. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the dogs. I have to pause for a second because I can't hear myself think. Be right back. Okay, so the dogs have quieted down a little bit, but now I hear sirens in the background. So I feel like at this time there is a lot going on, and especially with you, I feel like you're very overwhelmed by whatever is going on in your outer world. I think that most of these things have nothing to do with you in specific, but it's just the circumstances. Like I said, it might be when it comes to work that your workload is just really high right now, or that at home you have a lot of people to take care of, or someone is ill and you have big responsibilities to take care of them. Whether this is a person, a pet, a different family member, whatever it is, there's a lot going on with you at this time, apart from this reading and apart from this connection. So let's just continue with this reading, and I hope that we don't have any disturbances from now on. But with the King of Crystals being here and the universe being here, there is destiny at play, there is fate at play, and your person knows that. I just saw 111 in the monitor, so again, another confirmation of this destiny at play. Now, let's take a look at the current energy, because we have the World and we have wholeness. And the World talks about the ending of a cycle and really starting fresh. It's something, an all-encompassing feeling, especially with wholeness as well. It's like something's coming full circle. So I think that you might both be getting towards an energy that you're ready to leave something else behind and to step into something new, or to step into your power, or to step up in the world. With the World being here, it could also indicate that you're actually going on a trip or on a journey, especially because we saw the tarantula with the journey card as well. So maybe you're going on a journey to find yourself, or you want to get away from the day-to-day to really get back in touch with yourself, maybe get out of the energy of worrying, of anxiety, of feeling overwhelmed. So it does look like a trip would be something that would both benefit you and your person. So whether you'd be going on a trip together, I don't know if you're still in contact with this person, or that you're both going on a trip separately, or just taking a little time out from the world separately. I do see that kind of energy. So maybe what we're seeing here is that this person actually really wants to go on a trip with you and to really like get together with you with wholeness. Like they really want to work together. They really want to be with you. But take it as it resonates, because again, there are a lot of people watching and it will be different for everybody. But the World really indicates the ending of a cycle. So it does look like something new is coming when it comes to this connection. Now, for the future energy, we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups talks about a celebration, but it could also talk just about a deep friendship. So I feel that for most of you, that this connection will continue on being a very strong friendship, and maybe something will grow from that, or that you will just have a lot of fun together for now with the Three of Cups. I do think it's a very strong connection, but I'm not necessarily feeling like very much of a romantic vibe that's in your future for the next period of time. I think because we have selfhood, introspection, and identity, I think that the both of you kind of choose to stay friends, to focus on yourself for now, especially because we did have the energy of that closed off heart that was kind of locked up for now because you were both doing you. So I think that you will be in touch with them, but I think that it won't go any further than just being good friends and helping each other out and having fun together, but at the same time really exploring who you are, what you want, and how you want to show up in the world, especially with this identity card here. And I'm sorry, my dogs keep on playing in the background. Like I said, there is really a big energy here that things are distracting you, or there is just too much going on that you are having trouble with really focusing on yourself, because the outside world is just too much or too overwhelming, or there are too many things asked of you at this time that you cannot control. So I think that there really is a need to go out and like take a break from the world, or take a break from your job if you are able to do that. Maybe just go for a small trip in nature, whatever it is, but get out there and get outside of your own mind, or get outside of this overwhelming world that you're in right now. So those are the energies that I'm seeing right now. I think that your person really, really cares about you. And as we saw with the Seven of Pentacles and awaiting results, I think that there is a very solid base to build upon when it comes to your connection, whether this is a very solid friendship or a very solid like family that could be built upon this. But I do see that for now it's gonna stay at like a very close friendship kind of thing, because you're both too busy to like make it work as a connection or at a relationship right now. Maybe you don't even want to be in a relationship with this person. It differs from person to person what kind of person you're inquiring about, of course. But what we can see is that they think very highly of you. They think that you are someone that's very talented, that is very stable, that is very nurturing with the King of Crystals. And I think that you have like a teaching kind of role, or just of like people are really drawn to you and they really want to hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is very important and it's driven by the universe, or it's like really channeled from the universe. So that's it for the tarot cards. Now let's get into the timing, because I think most of you really want to know when they're going to see this person again. So we're going to use this thing over here, and we're going to see what numbers want to come out. So let's take a look. There we go. So the first numbers we have are the number 24. Let me readjust the camera. It's having some issues focusing again. Like I said, it's crazy today. So we have the number 24. So maybe the 24th of this month might be significant. Maybe the age 24 might be significant. Maybe the 2nd of April or the 4th of February. Take it as it resonates. It might also be 24 days. We also have the number 1. So maybe tomorrow, maybe in an hour, maybe the 1st of the next month, maybe in a week or in a year. But I think that it's going to be very soon, because we have the number 1. And the number 1 also talks about that new beginning that we were talking about, that we were seeing with the ending of a cycle at this time and something new about to happen. Let's take a look at the other ones though, because we have more to come. We also have the number 31. So the 31st of any month. So it might be the 31st and the 1st. Again, that ending of a month and the beginning of a new month being highlighted here. It could also be the 1st of March or the 3rd of January. It might be someone that's 31 years old. Take it as it resonates. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one we have is the number 42. So again, this might be an age. It might be the 4th of February or the 2nd of April. So we have the 2nd of April and the 4th of February twice. Again, we have mirrored numbers. So it does indicate that there is some aspect of mirroring going on in this connection. Usually that indicates twin flames. If you know what that means, or if you don't, you might want to look it up. If you don't resonate with that term, just let it fly. It might just also indicate that you are soulmates. But yeah, there is a very, very strong connection between the two of you. But definitely keep those dates in months in mind as well. Next up, we have the number 65. Let me readjust the camera. There we go. So the 6th of May or the 5th of June, maybe 2 months, or there is someone that's 65 years old that's significant in this connection. Now let's get a few more because we have some space left. There we go, 3 more. Next up we have the number 12. Let me readjust the camera once again. There we go. So maybe in 12 days, or the 1st of February or the 2nd of January. I just saw 1111 in the monitor. So again, the number of manifestation, the number of new beginnings, a very, very positive energy coming from this. The 12th might also indicate December, and the number 1 might also indicate January. So to keep those in mind, like the end of the year, the beginning of the new year. Next up we have the number 68. There we go. So the 8th of June or the 6th of July. So maybe you have just recently seen them when you're coming across this video. Again, 68 might be a significant year or a significant age. We have a 3-year age gap here, so maybe that's significant. And let's take a look at the last number. We have the number 66. I just saw 1212 in the monitor as well, so that might be significant for some of you. Again, the 6th of June might be significant. Maybe the number 66 is a synchronicity that's been following you around, like 666 or anything like that. Yeah, take these as they resonate. And like I said, my dogs are playing in the background. It sounds like they're fighting. I can really tell you that they're not. They're just French bulldogs, and they're a little bit crazy every now and then. By the way, I just noticed that we have 65, 66, and 68. So the 5th, the 6th, and the 8th of June really seem to be significant here. Again, the 42 also adds up to a 6. The 24 also adds to a 6. So it really looks like June and the beginning of June are really, really significant. Now, let's continue with some oracle cards. If the dogs quiet down a little bit, I'm so sorry. Usually they don't get this crazy on camera, but today is like, I guess, their play date time. But hopefully they'll go outside soon. Let's take a look at your messages. So this deck is actually a deck that I got from my boyfriend at the beginning of our connection or our relationship. And to me, it really was a symbol that he accepted me for who I am, and actually like wanted to encourage me in my journey on being a tarot reader and just letting me do that. And I'm so grateful for him just acknowledging that part of me, that I wanted to use it in this reading. Our first card already flipped, but I want one more. So Spirit, can we get one more card for pile number 2? And this is the Whispers of Love deck. So let's see, you actually got 4 cards, so we're just gonna take them all. So the first one we have is physical touch is important. Touching is really important in our lives. So it's the number 47, and I think we already had something like that. No, we didn't. So with the number 47, we can see the 7th of April, or just the beginning of April being significant. We can also see the 4th of July being significant. But there is an aspect of physical touch that's highlighted here, whether this is just giving your person a hug or just giving yourself the attention that you need. There is something about physical touch that's being highlighted. Let's put it here. Next up, we have talk the language of love. Kind words lead to change. And it has the number 35, so maybe 35 is significant. The 5th of March or the 3rd of April might be significant. But it talks about talking the language of love and it making a change in your life. So be kind with your words and know that it'll change a lot about your life. I do see for a lot of you talking kindly towards yourself, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. Speak nice words towards yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be forgiving to yourself. It's okay to be overwhelmed. Give yourself a big hug if you're feeling overwhelmed, because beating yourself down for feeling overwhelmed is only going to make it worse. Be kind to yourself and to others, but I think that you definitely are kind to others anyway. Next up, we have cherish your loved ones, the number 10. It's important to really love other people. So again, there is an emphasis on loving the people that are close to you and really cherishing those connections. We did see that with the 3 of Cups as well, like loving the people close to you, having fun with them, hanging out with them. The dogs, I'm so sorry.
Hondjes.
Shh. Now they're looking at me like, what did we do? So I'm trying really hard to just keep on going, but they're really distracting me. So yeah, cherish your loved ones, give them a big hug, spend some time with them. For me, for example, when I'm finished with this reading, I'll just give my dogs a big hug and play with them. But for now, I really want to finish your pile first. So that might be an example, like you're very busy, but the people surrounding you need some attention too. We also have the number 10, so maybe in 10 days, or October might be significant, or the 10th of this month or the next month. Take that as it resonates. And the last oracle card we have is rest and relaxation are essential. And we have the number 42 again. We already had the number 42 here, and now we have it again. So another number 6. And again, the 4th of February and the 2nd of May. But it's very important to relax. It's very important to rest. And I think that that is something that you really, really need right now. Like we saw with the world, you might want to go on a journey, maybe go on a holiday, a vacation, or just spend some time by yourself alone if you're feeling overwhelmed. I think that it's just because you've been working too hard and you really need to have some fun and relaxation right now. So that's it for the oracle cards. Let's finish this reading off with some channeled messages. So for the channeled messages, I have these cards right here. Let's take a look at what your person wants to tell you guys. So the first message that we have is, I'm just playing games. And I think that was the energy I already picked up on the beginning of the reading. Again, my dogs. I'm gonna pause for a second. Be right back. Okay. I put my dogs outside so they can play, but they won't bother us anymore. So with I'm just playing games, I'm really getting that they are just out to have some fun. They're just hanging out with friends. They don't want to worry about anything. And they're just doing what they like. They're just really trying to avoid their problems for a little bit. But yeah, they're just doing fun things with friends or just playing video games if they are into that. So don't worry about that. We also have I am doing better now. So whatever they were dealing with in the past, they might have been in a very rough situation. I think that they want you to know that they are doing a little bit better now. I think that they are still on a journey, that they still have a long way to go, but that they are at a better place than they were when you were in communication with them. We also have I am trying to get your attention. Ooh. So this card tells me that they are trying to show off. Like I said, they might be showing off their car, or they might be showing off how much fun they're having with their friends on social media. And they want you to notice them. They want you to see how good they're doing, or seemingly good they're doing. They want to show off. They want to impress you. I'm getting a real macho kind of energy from this tarantula person. As well with the tarantula themselves. Like, tarantulas look pretty scary, but at the same time, it's just a spider, and they're not that big. But they feel like they're very important, right? So that's the energy that I'm seeing. Let's see what other messages we're getting here. We have 2 more. We have I'm sorry for not telling you sooner, or I'm sorry for not telling you. So there might have been a situation that you found out something, maybe through other people, like we saw in the beginning with that 3 of Cups, that there might have been someone that told you information instead of it coming through them, that they really wanted to tell you themselves, but I think that they got scared or something like that. There might still be things that you need to talk about with them, or you want to speak up about, especially because we did have a big emphasis on the throat chakra and about speaking truth or communication. So it might have been that there is some situation surrounding that is still in your gut, in your way of having a great communication with each other, or a great connection with each other. Maybe there is a little bit of a lack of trust, or some harsh words that were said, especially because we do have that speak the language of love. So maybe someone wasn't very loving in their words. We also have I am going insane. Oh my god, my camera is having real issues focusing. There we go. I am going insane. So like we said, they have that real macho energy about them. But on the inside, they're going insane. They're really trying to do anything to get your attention, or to get your approval, or to seem like they're doing well. But on the inside, they're really going crazy. And I think that they really want to reach out, but they're too scared, or their ego is just, their wall is too high, right? Now let's see what else we get, because we do have some space left for more messages. So Spirit, what does pile number 2's person want to tell pile number 2? Can we get some more messages from pile number 2's person, please? Ooh, spicy, spicy. So we have, wow, you look hot. So they're definitely noticing you. They can definitely see you. They are keeping an eye on you, and they think you look amazing. And that's why they're trying to get your attention. They're like, oh no, they might be moving on without me. I want them to focus on me. I want them to see me. Yeah, they really like you, and they think you look amazing. We also have commitment scares me. Yeah, like I said, they are afraid of a deeper connection because they're afraid to look at themselves and at their own issues. So for now, it's safer for them to be friends, so they don't really have to commit to you. They don't have to look at themselves, is what I'm seeing. And the last message I have is, I am distracting myself. Yeah, of course they are. Like we said, they're playing games. They're hanging out with friends. They're trying to press you from a distance. They're really trying everything to get you out of their mind, or to not think about you or not dream about you, because their heart lies with you, and they're like, they want to have you. It's like I'm hearing, I have to have you. That's the kind of energy that they're in. It's very passionate and it's very strong. This pull towards you is crazy. A very, very strong attraction. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands in my mind. Like very passionate, very strong, strong energy. And I'm getting the Latino vibes. They might be Hispanic, but that might not be for everybody. It's just something that I'm feeling, or at least they are that macho stereotype, I guess. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling from this tarantula person. But it doesn't have to be for you. Take that as it resonates. But that brings me to the end of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. If it resonated, I'd love to get a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if it resonated, and if it was a little bit too messy for you, if you'd rather have me pause a little bit more and just cut those pieces out, or if it was okay, you can handle all the noises in the background. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pal number 3. If you chose this Brazilian red quartz, this is going to be your reading on how the person on your mind feels about you and when you will see them again. So we're starting out with the energy check, and we're going to do that in a person A versus person B kind of way. So you might feel like you're person A, or you might feel like you're person B, or you might recognize yourself in both of them for a little bit. That might indicate that you're actually in the right pile and this message is meant for you. So let's check out what the energies are all about. We're starting out with person A. So the cards for person A are Nightingale. We also have the Ace of Wands. We have Reframe, and I'll put it a little bit closer so you can read with me. To express in a different manner, to redefine something, to change something from destructive to constructive, and to re-establish meaning. And the last card we have for person A is Destiny Couple. Very interesting, right? So I'm gonna move these up a little bit. I hope you guys can still see. Yeah. So now let's take a look at the cards for person B. For person B, we have the Beaver. There you go. And we also have the Hierophant. Let me readjust that. So there we go, the Hierophant. Then we have Honor, and I'll bring it closer so you guys can read it with me once again. So to respect, to treat with esteem, to make scene, to commit, to align with integrity, to say yes to your desires and needs, and to affirm your no's. And the last card we have for person B is the Plane of Mars. Now let's take a look at the connecting energy, or the energy of this connection. And you guys actually got an extra card, so I hope we're gonna be able to make this fit, but we'll see. So we have the third eye chakra. Ooh. And it's actually an extra card in that deck. So that's very special. And we have protection. It's Dutch, bescherming, but it means protection. And we also have focus. Focus. And again, that eye and the purple. So we are again seeing that third eye represented in this card as well. So I'm gonna see if if I move these up a little bit, and these as well, if we can place it next to each other, I think it's gonna be tight, but maybe we can make it work. Yeah, there we go. That's all right. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, and now I have to move my camera so the light is not too much. Yeah, that's perfect. So let's talk about person A first with this beautiful nightingale. And the nightingale is, of course, a bird. So we can see the air element being represented here. So this person might be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. Of course, they don't have to be. They might just be in the energy of the nightingale. And the nightingale has a beautiful voice and a quite fearless voice. It's a very small bird, but they can make a beautiful sound. So what I'm seeing here with the nightingale is that they might be a public speaker, a teacher, a mentor, but they have something important to share with the world, whether this is something in a creative way or when it comes to speaking, like they might be someone that likes to protest and speak up about what they think is important in life. It could be anything like that, but they have something special to share with the world. And that's the same thing that we're seeing here with this Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands is a creative spark, a passionate spark that really lights up. So I feel like this person, it has something that they're very, very passionate about, that they really want to share with the world. And when it comes to reframe, it does look like maybe something happened to them in the past, a specific situation or circumstance that they don't want anybody else to go through, or that they've been treated in a certain way that they want to stand up against. But I'm getting the feeling that they're using their past experiences to make the world a better place, to try and improve a specific area of life for other people. Like I said, this could be in a way of being a mentor for people that come from the same background, or like protest against a certain law or something, or maybe like protesting about like how healthcare is seen or how the healthcare system works. It could be anything really, but it's something that they're very passionate about, and they feel the need to really speak up about it and change something in this area. Now with Destiny Couple, this is a card that talks about balancing your desires and your potential. So it's like, it's okay to have fun and enjoy yourself every now and then, but at the same time, you want to live up to your potential. So I feel like this person is quite balanced when it comes to that this person does have something that they want to work towards, but they're doing it in a balanced way because they know when they need to take a break. They know that they sometimes just need to hang out with friends or have some me time. It's not good for them to always be in the energy of the passionate energy, because too much fire will actually have you burnt, right? So I think that they're really doing a great job at like being this public voice, or maybe just being a big voice in a certain area, but at the same time really taking care of themselves and really giving their body or their soul what they need in other areas of their life as well. And with Destiny Couple, although it only came out on this side of the spread, I do feel like both of you also know that this connection is faded, or there is something within this connection that has to do with like destiny, like this was meant to be this way, or it was meant to happen, especially because we also have that third eye chakra, and the third eye chakra talks about intuition, about telepathy, about like a connection beyond just the ordinary. So I think that this connection is very spiritual in nature. I think that you have a certain connection that cannot be explained, and maybe that's the reason why you were so drawn to this other person. But we've only talked about the nightingale, so let's talk about the beaver. Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys with the Ace of Wands that Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius are represented in this nightingale energy as well? I don't think so. So, another side note. Now, let's talk about the beaver. So, the beaver lives in water, and that's why it's associated with Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. But for me, when I look at the beaver, I really think about the earth signs. So this person might also be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, but they don't have to be. It might just be that they're in the beaver energy. And the beaver energy is quite specific. The beaver is an animal that works really hard at like building these, like, I don't know, wooden structures, right? And they're just really focused on building their home, building a stable life, taking care of the family. And that's the kind of energy that the beaver is. So this is someone that works really hard. They're focused on their family. Their family is everything to them. And they're very, very loyal. What I thought was cool, though, was that honor came out with it. So they really have high expectations of themselves, and they see themselves as an honorable person. They're very loyal to the people they hold close to them, and they will always put them first. But with the Hierophant and the plane of Mars here, it looks like although they might be very traditional with the Hierophant, this Hierophant to me shows that something has really shaken up their life. And I think for most of you guys, this Hierophant is going to be the other person. Like, they have very high morals, but something within this connection has changed their perspective or made them question certain values that they had. It's like they're unsure if their head's still right up, right? I'm not sure what the expression is, but it feels like their head's upside down, or they just cannot connect things anymore like they used to. It's like their whole world has changed by a single thing, and now they don't know anything anymore. And with the plane of Mars being here, it talks about having to fight an external or internal enemy. And I feel like it is that inner conflict here that's here. Like, any message that came to them has caused a huge inner conflict, and that's what the beaver is dealing with right now. So it might have to do with one of those core values that they hold that's now in question. For example, the Hierophant can be about marriage, and maybe this person was highly against cheating, but they just happened to stumble upon someone that instantly clicked, although they were already in a different marriage. And now they're actually like questioning, like, we know cheating is terrible, but they can't help themselves but thinking about how it would be to be with someone else. And that's, of course, a very extreme example, but that's the only one I could think of right now. But it could be anything else. Like, maybe this is a very Christian person, and now they're finding out about spirituality, and they're like, ooh, Christianity might be quite limiting, and maybe my horizon is actually a little bit wider than I saw beforehand. Or this might have to do with someone that doesn't believe that they could ever fall for someone of the same gender, and now they found someone that they really fell in love with, and it's like really questioning their sense of self. Like, I thought I only liked men, and now I fell for a woman. Does this mean that I'm gay, or does this mean, like, that kind of huge change or internal conflict is what I'm seeing right here. Whatever the situation is, there is a big inner conflict, and they're really questioning themselves and who they are and what they stand for in life. Now, let's talk about the joint energy, because this is also a very big energy. And what I'm seeing here with protection is that your connection is really faded. I already talked about that with the third eye chakra, this being a very spiritual connection, a very highly connected and divinely guided connection. But with protection, we can also see that you are both protected by spirit. You both have spirit guides helping you out, protecting you, probably sending you signs, especially with the Hierophant. It's like one of your spirit guides is writing his little key and dropping it on your head. But you are highly protected at this time. I think that, like we see with Destiny Couple, that you were destined to meet each other. You were destined to find each other. And I think that there is a big need to really cherish this connection and work with this connection, because there is a lot going on. With focus, though, I'm not sure if it's going to be about you focusing on yourself at this time, or just both of you focusing on what your joint mission is. I think it might be different for everybody, but I think that your intuition will tell you what's right for you, especially with the third eye chakra. And again, that the third eye chakra is represented in this focus card with that purple and the eye. So trust your intuition when it comes to this connection, because your intuition will tell you what the right steps to take are, or what you're supposed to do. And I think that this nightingale spirit or nightingale person is someone that might be in the spotlight already, or they will be in the spotlight when they're a little bit further along. So you might be famous, or famous in a smaller way, or you might become famous, or you might become someone that's in the spotlight a lot, especially if you keep on following your passion with this Ace of Wands. So that's it for the energy check. If you feel like you're the nightingale or the beaver, let's get into your reading and let's see how your person feels about you. So let me remove these and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so for this part of the reading, I plan to do a how they felt about your connection in the past, how they're feeling about you right now, and what their hopes and dreams are for the future of your connection. So let's take a look at that. So Spirit, can we get a card on how they felt about the connection in the past, or about the person watching this video in the past, please? Thank you. So for the past energy, we have the 9 of crystals, the 9 of pentacles. Oops. There we go. Then can we get a card for the present energy? So how are they feeling towards them right now? Let's see. So we have 2 cards that are on the top. I'm going to take them both. So again, you guys got an extra card. You have the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Crystals. Also, the High Priestess showed up. Maybe I want to add her too. Let's see how we're going to do that though. Maybe we can do it like this. I'm going to keep her here. So that's the present energy. I guess we have a lot of energy in the present for you guys. And let's get one more card for what their hopes and dreams are for the future. Ooh! You guys got the Magician. Let's see if we can make it fit in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So, perfect fit, right? It fits perfectly. We couldn't even have one more card. It wouldn't have fit. So, let's get some clarifiers. Can we get a clarifier for the 9 of Crystals, please? Okay. So, for the past energy, we have karma, past life cycles as the clarifier. Now let's get a clarifier for the Five of Crystals, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Cups. I just want one card as a clarifier for the present energy. So there we go. For the present energy, we have relationship. And it says the way you are connected and related to something or somebody, including yourself. Very intriguing reading this time. The other readings were very, very different. And let's get an energy for the future. So what are their hopes and dreams for the future? Can I get a card to represent what they hope for the future is? So, Spirit, can we get a card for what their hopes and dreams are for the future, please? Okay, so I think these are 2 cards. Yeah, we'll just take both of them and we'll see if they resonate. So we have commit, and it says to dedicate, to devote, or pledge yourself to persist, to not give up or give in, to choose something fully. And we also have intention, what you aim to achieve, what you seek to manifest in life, and what you commit to carrying out in the future. Very interesting energy. Now, my battery is about to die, so I'm gonna pause for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with a fully charged battery. Let's go. Let's see what the energies are. So we have the Nine of Crystals, or the Nine of Pentacles, in the past energy with karma, past life cycles. And what this tells me is that they were doing pretty well in the past, or they see your connection as something very good in the past, something very stable. With the Nine of Crystals, though, it might be that you were both just doing very well on your own, because the Nine of Crystals does talk about someone that's just very self-reliant and doing well, very abundant on their own. So maybe you both were people that just did well on their own, like there was no need to find a partner, or they were just doing their own thing and it was going all great. But we also have karma and past life cycles. So it might be that in your past, it was just a period that you were busy with clearing out old karma, dealing with old life or past life cycles, like really breaking free from those cycles and just focusing on yourself, making things work, creating a stable situation for yourself. Or even for some of you, creating this stable life together with the other person that I'm seeing right here. But what I can see is that you were very abundant. Maybe you both were very abundant. Also, this Nine of Crystals, it's like the stars in the sky really speak out to me. So again, that energy of destiny being shown here. Maybe this indicates that although you haven't been together in this lifetime, it's like some reminiscence of past lifetimes that we can see here. Like maybe you both know that you've shared past lives together, or there is something that happened in your past lives with this person, whether you are conscious of it or not. It does seem like when you met, there was an instant connection and an instant recognition of the other person here. So this might be someone that you don't really know that well yet, but you've only laid eyes on them a few times and you just feel that sense of familiarity because there is such a big past life that you've shared with them. Like I said, this pile is very, very spiritual, or very high dimensional. What's it called? I can't put the words to it, but it's very otherworldly. I think that's what I wanted to say. Now, for the current energy, how they feel about you right now. With the High Priestess coming out, it's like they are getting a lot of intuitive messages about this connection. And what I'm seeing here, with the relationship being here and the Nine of Cups being here, it's like this connection with you is a dream come true. I think that they have always dreamt of meeting somebody like you or being with somebody like you with the Nine of Cups. I think that they really want to be in a relationship with you or really want to have a strong connection with you. But at this moment in time, with the Five of Crystals, it feels like one of you is leaving the other out in the cold. Literally. Like, I feel like maybe you both realize that this is something very good, but the circumstances really are not great. Like I said, there might be a third party involved, like I said at the beginning of the reading, or there are some very strong values that the beaver has that they're fighting right now, and until they've resolved that, they cannot have this connection. Like I said, it might have to do with something regarding the LGBTQ community. Maybe they have like a very strong faith, and that tells them that they cannot have a relationship like that. But it does seem like you're both hurt by the situation. With the Five of Crystals, it's not just you being hurt by them or them being hurt by you. I think it's just you both end up being hurt by the situation, because we can definitely see that you are that wish come true for them. You are like the light in their world. They are getting a lot of messages about you all the time. They know that this is a very destined connection. They know the importance of this connection. Maybe not exactly what it entails, but they know that it's important. They know that this is something that they must maintain, they must hold, they must keep in their lives. So there is a very strong and very loving energy coming from the both of you. And I think that it's very much a mutual connection at this time. It's just that someone's beliefs might have been very limited, or they are in a situation where they cannot move forward with these feelings because of some limitations from the outside or their own inside world. Now, let's take a look at your future energy, because this is beautiful. We have the Magician, we have intention, and we have commit. So we can clearly see that this person has the intention to fully commit to this connection. And with the Magician, it feels like you guys are creating this beautiful life together. The Magician is the energy of the manifester, of the creator. I think that you guys can both build this beautiful, beautiful life together. And just a little side note, once again, we can see the rainbow colors on top in the skies. So again, more of this LGBTQ energy, or just the outside of the status, the normal status energy. Like we said, there is something very different about your connection, something that might not be fully accepted right now in the world, and that's something that you're fighting against, I feel. But I can see that you both really want this relationship to work, and I think that it will work because you both want it to work. You're both working towards creating this beautiful life together and just being happy together. And with the Magician here, it seems like your paths are supposed to cross at first, but then flow together. It's like you're both on the same mission. There is some kind of joint mission. You're supposed to do this together. you're supposed to create together or work together in some kind of way. And I feel like if you are the beaver person, that you will be able to fight these inner conflicts or these outer conflicts, that this love is going to be strong enough for you to actually cut through the things that are holding you back. And for the Nightingale spirit, I think that this person, of course, is already like strong enough and courageous enough to speak their voice. And I think that with time, they will also be able to connect their heart to their voice. They might just have a very, very loud voice. They like to really be seen and be heard. But I think that at this time, they're really connecting to their heart as well. So instead of just being very loud, being very present, they will bring their truth into the world as well. They will actually start talking about what they believe in and what's important to them, and probably show off this relationship a little bit and put this relationship like show it as an example, and show that it's okay to be different, and show other people, like, see how beautiful this relationship can be, although it's maybe not what other people see as normal. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at how happy we are. Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm seeing here. So that's the energies from your past, your present, and what your person wants your future to be. Now it's time to see when you will see them again. And we're gonna use the bingo machine. So I'm gonna place this here, and we're gonna use the bingo machine and see what numbers pop up. So let's take a look. There we go. So we have 5 numbers now. We might add some more later. The first one we have is the number 44. So the 4th of April might be significant, or April itself might be significant. This also adds up to an 8. So August, this month, might be very significant. Maybe the age 44 might be significant, or you might be seeing a lot of 4s. The 4s are the number of stability or of home life. So again, that beaver energy is very much present already. We also have the number 29. So the 29th of this month might be significant. The 2nd of September might be significant, or the 9th of February. I just saw 1111 in the monitor. That's the number of manifestation again, so the number of the magician. So there is a lot of synchronicity in your pile. You might also be seeing a lot of synchronicities lately. It's all a message that destiny's at play. Things are working out exactly as it's planned. Trust your intuition, trust your inner voice, and just try to go with it. Don't resist too much, although that's easier said than done. Next up, we have the number 71. Let me readjust that. There you go. So I'm hearing for some people, this is going to be a grandparent that disagrees with the connection, but I think that's only for some of you. This might also just be the 1st of July or the 7th of January. It might be an age of someone significant. Again, this adds up to the number 8, so even more focus on August. Next up, we have the number 34. So this might be an age, it might be 34 days. It might also be the 4th of March or the 3rd of April. So we have the 3rd and the 4th of April here. Those might be very significant days. Then we have the number 16. Let me readjust. There you go. So again, this might be an age. It might be a child that's connected to this connection. It might be one of you because I don't judge. Some people are older that are watching, some people are younger. This might also just be the 16th of this month, the 1st of June, the 6th of January. Take it as it resonates. Let's get a few more. Maybe one more. There we go. Next up, we have the number 59. So the 5th of September or the 9th of May might be significant. Maybe 2 months. 59 is in about 2 months. Maybe 59 is a significant age. Take it as it resonates. Now we have the number 72. So we have the number 71 and 72. So the 1st and the 2nd of July might be significant. Again, the 7th of February might be significant as well. We also had the 9th of February. So we have the 7th until the 9th. And last one we have is the number 24. Let me readjust. So 24 days, maybe the 24th of this month, the 2nd of April, or the 4th of February. So even more emphasis on February. We have the 7th until the 9th, and we also have the 4th. We also have 24 and 34, so a 10-year age gap. Then we have 34 until 44, so another 10-year age gap. So maybe a 10-year age gap might be significant for some of you. We have a 1-year age gap. Be creative with these. Even 20-year age gap might be significant. Yeah, could be anything really. Now, next up, I have one specific oracle that I want to use. This is a oracle deck that I actually received from my boyfriend at the beginning of our connection. And it's in Dutch, but I was really grateful to get it because I'm not very used to people actually like accepting that part of me. I was used to hiding it away and just being like very private about me reading tarot, me doing tarot, and him giving me this deck really, really helped me feel accepted and loved for who I am. So let's see if it has any messages for you. So clearly it has. Let me put these back first. So we already have 2 cards that came out. Let's see what they are. So the first one is another number 4. So again, that number of stability. And we have, you are unlimited. Recognize the truth. You can realize anything you want. So you can achieve anything you want. And we have this beautiful unicorn. Let me put it up a little closer. It's gorgeous. So we have a unicorn with a woman inside. We have these 2 beautiful swans. We have some fairies on the top. A beautiful rainbow and a peacock. Be proud of who you are. I mean, there are so many messages in this card already, but you are unlimited. You can achieve anything you want. And I think that's something that you should know. And your person should know as well. Again, very similar to this magician card. And the next one is spiritual connection. And we talked about this at the beginning of the reading with the third eye. So I love that these cards just confirm even more what we've already talked about. Spiritual connection. This connection goes beyond this life. So it's something that we saw with the past life card, something we saw with the third eye card. Your connection is way more than just any relationship that we have had or we've seen so far. This connection goes beyond lifetimes and it goes beyond this physical 3D world. And I think that you both recognize that, and that's why you have to fight for this connection. Now, we also have the number 27. We already had the number 72, so there is a mirroring happening. that might indicate that you are soulmates or twin flames, or that there is mirroring going on in this connection. September might be significant, or the 7th of February and the 2nd of July might be significant. So that's it for the oracle cards. Now I want to end off the reading with some channeled messages, like always. So let's see what we get for you, because this is a very different energy than the previous two readings. Let's take a look. So, person on pile number 3's mind. What would you like to tell them? Is there anything specific that you would like to tell our lovely pile number 3, please? Is there anything you want to tell them? I'm getting really hot now, so maybe they feel a little flustered. Let's see what else. Spirit, is there anything pile number 3's person wants to tell them? Okay. There we go. So we have a lot of messages popping up at the same time. We'll see if they all resonate for you. You don't have to take them all, but there should be a few in here that resonate for you. Again, keep in mind there are more than just you watching. So, yeah. The first one is, I am proud of you. And I think that they truly are proud of you. I think for most of you, you are going to be the nightingale and your person is going to be the beaver. And I think that they're just very proud of you for standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, and really trying to take up more space in the world, because you deserve that. We also have, my love for you is off the chart. Yeah. Their love is so deep. Deeper than they've ever felt for someone before. Like we said, this connection goes beyond this lifetime. It goes beyond just the ordinary. This is so much deeper than they've ever experienced. We also have, I am so confused. So again, this is that energy of the Hierophant and them feeling like they don't even know what's up and what's down anymore, because you have challenged something that they've known to be true for a very long time. And it's really shaken up their world. We also have, I just want to hug and kiss you. Yeah, I think that they would love to just pretend the world doesn't exist and just spend some time with you and just hug it out, kiss it out, do some crazy things with you, and just forget about the world for now, because the world is really, really much for them at this time. We also have, I don't love you. Ooh, sorry. Something hit the camera. I think it was me. I don't love you. And I think that that's not true. Definitely not true. But I think that because this connection is so challenging for them, they might sometimes wish that this connection wouldn't have happened, because it would have been so much easier to live that lie, or to continue that lie that they lived in. So this is more of a, I wish this connection would have been easier. I wish that I would just be as blind as I was before. I wish I wouldn't need to open up my eyes and see this truth for what it is. That's the kind of energy that I'm seeing with this card. And we also have, I am trying to move on. And I think that this message is more of a, I'm trying to break free from my limiting beliefs, or I'm trying to break free from my old patterns or my old beliefs. They're trying to put steps forward to work towards this connection, but I think that they are having some trouble with that at this time. We also have, I need answers. So yeah, they are confused and they are trying to figure out what's going on with them. I think that they are so confused about this connection because they've never had something like this before, and they really want to know, like, what is this? What's happening to me? How can I deal with this without going completely insane? And I think that they're just trying to figure out what their own truth is at this time, because their old self or their old truths don't really align with them any longer. So they have a lot of things to figure out now, a lot of things to reconsider. And let's get one more message to end off your reading. So Spirit, can we get one more message from the person on pile number 3's mind? There we go, we have 2. The first one is, you are in my dreams. And again, the High Priestess, you are in my dreams. The third eye, you're getting messages from each other everywhere. You might be seeing synchronicities. You might see them in your dreams. They are probably seeing you in their dreams as well. You might get messages just when you walk through the street. You might see their name everywhere. If you think about them, a message might pop up from somebody else about them. There are a lot of signs and synchronicities when it comes to this connection, all because this is such a destined connection. And the last one we have is, the person I'm with now is a distraction. I think this one's not going to be for everybody, but I feel like if the person that you're inquiring about, that we read about, is with someone else or is in a different connection or relationship now, they are just really struggling with coming to terms with the feelings they have for you. And they want to feel normal, and that's why they got into a relationship with someone that's more ordinary, or in a connection that's more, so to say, ordinary. And it's just a distraction. They know that it's not working. You don't have to tell them that it's not working. They know. But I think that they are not able to talk about that right now. They're not able to face that right now. It's just that they need some time to figure things out on themselves. And I think that the relationship is some kind of shield to protect them from you, because their feelings are so strong that they couldn't handle being single and being near you right now. And this relationship is some kind of wall that they can build to just try to make sense of things for now. So yeah, that's kind of a rough message. That brings me to the end of the reading. So I hope that it resonated. If it did, I'd love to get a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below if it resonated and what you think about the reading. If you want, you can always subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it helped you out, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys, love you.